नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषे शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, welcome to all. So today we'll be continuing the life history of Madhvacharya. So next week we'll complete this life history of Madhvacharya, means next session. So in the last class, we have discussed about how Madhvacharya retrieved the deity of Moolarama. Then later, after getting the deities through his disciple Naharari Tirtha, he came back to Udupi. He met Vyasadeva, got instruction from Vyasadeva, and came back to the Udupi. And he was received by his guru, Achyuta Preksha. His guru was very much pleased with Madhvacharya that his extensive preaching made many devotees, many people become follower of Madhvacharya. He was very happy to see his disciple made good preaching. So Madhvacharya would every day go to Ananteshwara temple and have darshan and would discuss Krishna Katha with his disciples. He stressed his disciples to follow Pancharatrika Vidhi system. That is accepting few principles, particularly austerity and decorating the body with tilak and chanting Gayatri Mantra, taking initiation and chanting the holy name. These are the few things which Pancharatrika Vidhi system gives prescription. So what is this austerity? Why we should follow austerity? Tapasya is meant for purifying ourselves, purifying our consciousness. Tapasya is like taking a undergoing voluntary inconvenience for the sake of purifying one's consciousness. Just like we have to get up in the morning, early morning, 3:30 or 4 o'clock, and take bath, attend Mangalarti, chant 16 rounds, and read Bhagavatam, hear Bhagavatam. This is all austerity. Tapasya, undergoing vrata, Ekadashi vrata, following Ekadashi vrata, fasting on Ekadashi day, fasting on Janmashtami and Ramanami, appearance day and disciplines day of Acharyas. This is all like kind of inconvenience because we are habituated to eat nicely all 3 times. Now we have to fast. People would like to sleep till 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. We have to get up at 4 o'clock. So we have to undergo this austerity for the purpose of purifying our consciousness. Rishabhadeva says, Tapo divyam putrakayena sattvam shuddhet asmat brahmasokyam tanantam. This human form of life is not meant for enjoying sense gratification like animals. The human life is meant for the purpose of tapasya. When one undergoes tapasya, he purifies his consciousness. And later he can enjoy Brahma Sukha, which is eternal. Now, if we do not undergo austerity, we can enjoy Maya Sukha, immediate pleasure. But when we undergo tapasya now, then we can enjoy in the future Brahma Sukha, which is eternal, transcendental bliss. So therefore, one is recommended to undergo austerity to enjoy eternal happiness. Just like, for example, we were sent to school. We don't want to go to school to study. Our parents forced us to go. It's an inconvenience. We like to play. Prayer and Shreya. Prayer means immediate enjoyment. Shreya means we have to undergo some tapasya. Future we can enjoy. So parents force us to go to school and study. We all underwent some amount of tapasya because we have to get up, study, go to school, college, here, write assignment, write exam, study. So as a result, people got good job, get good money, and enjoy life now. If one does not undergo tapasya when they were young, they don't go to school, they won't enjoy, then later they go to some daily wage work, get some 400 rupees per day and struggle. So either material life or spiritual life, one has to undergo tapasya in order to enjoy eternal life, particular eternal happiness. Next is applying tilak over the body. So why we should apply tilak? Actually, the body is the temple of the Lord because Paramatma is sitting in the heart. This body belongs to the Lord, just like house belongs to the owner. So house should be cleaned nicely, put nice rangoli for the pleasure of the owner. Similarly, we have to take bath, put marks, apply tilak at the 12 pots for the pleasure of the Lord. It's like a temple. This body is a temple of the Lord. So it will be pleasing to the Lord when we apply tilak 2 times. It's recommended in the Shastras that we have to take bath twice, morning and evening. If not possible, at least once a day. Take a bath, apply tilak, and wear fresh clothes. It's all meant for Lord. Just like when we clean the house, put nice rangoli, very happy. House owner will be very happy. Similarly, when we take bath and apply tilak, Lord will be pleased. And moreover, if anyone sees that devotee wearing tilak, so it immediately reminds him that, oh, is the devotee of Lord Krishna. And just by looking at the devotee, the person who is sinful person, he become free from sinful reaction just by looking at the devotee. So the tilak is very, very important. Even though it may not be very appealing, we may feel what people will think. Nevertheless, it gives a chance for others to become free from sinful reaction. Although we may be a sinful person, of course, by chanting the holy name, we also become free from sinful reaction. Nevertheless, those karmis or sinful people, when they look at the devotee, naturally by seeing him wearing tilak, they become free from, immediately they remember, this is a devotee of Lord Krishna. They become free from sinful reaction. So tilak is very, very important. And Madhvacharya knew very well this, accepted the process of worshipping the Lord in this age of Kali is nothing but only chanting, congregation chanting. Sankirtana. Lord can be worshipped in this age of Kali only by Sankirtana. So he commented in his Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, saying that in this age of Kali, the Lord, Supreme Lord, Hare, is worshipped by chanting the holy name. It is said in the Bhagavatam also, Iti Murti Abhidhanena Mantramurti Amurtikam Yachate Yajna Purusham Sasamyak Darshana Puman. Those who are actual seer, they worship the Lord by chanting the holy name. Because our body is made of matter, material senses. Whereas the Lord, Supreme Lord, he has got spiritual form. The material senses cannot see the spiritual form. Lord Vishnu or Krishna doesn't have any material form. They've got spiritual form. Therefore, how to connect with the spiritual form? Because with the material senses, we cannot look at the spiritual form of the Lord. So how to connect with the Lord is through the process of chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in the conclusion of the Bhagavatam, it is said, the Sumedasa, Yajnai Sankirtana Praya, Yajanti is Sumedasa. Sumedasa means one who is highly intelligent. In this age of Kali, those who are intelligent, highly intelligent, not intelligent. Sumedasa means highly intelligent. What they do? They worship the Lord. How? By chanting the holy names in gatherings, congregational chanting, Sankirtana. So by performing Sankirtana, one can worship the Lord. This is the activity of Sumedasa. Whereas Alpamedasa, what they do, how they act. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Antavantu phalam tesham tadbhavati alpamedasam. So the Alpamedasa, Alpamedas means one was no intelligence or having very, very little intelligence. They go to the demigods. For what purpose? Seeking some temporary benefits. I want this, I want this, I want job, I want a beautiful wife, I want to build a house, I want to earn so much money, I want to purchase a car. They want to get some material benediction, therefore they go to demigods. So the benediction given by demigods also temporary, even the demigods themselves temporary. Whereas the worship of Lord Krishna or Sumedasa, they don't want to get any kind of temporary benedictions. They want permanent. I want to be with the Lord. I want to serve the Lord. I want to enjoy eternal happiness. This is the business of Sumedasa. Therefore, Sumedasa worship Lord in congregation chanting. So we should not feel why I should chant or what people think about me. If anybody thinks kind of hesitant, why should I chant? What people think about me? We become Alpamedasa. Because Sumedasa enthusiastically will chant the holy name of Lord. Whether people may criticize us or may not be very happy with us, he does not care. This is the verdict of the Shastra. Intelligent person will chant the holy name of Lord, whether people like or don't like. I don't care. Even though they may not like, simply if they hear the chanting the holy name, they get benefit. So a devotee, intelligent devotee, he will always chant the holy name wherever he goes for giving the benefit for others. Also, of course, we are getting benefit. Nevertheless, others also getting benefit by our chanting. So Madhvacharya, he very clearly explained in this age of Kali that one can worship the Lord by chanting the holy names. And Madhvacharya in 1285, he was going to Malpe beach. Generally, would go and take bath. So that was his practice. Early morning would go take bath and apply talak and do perform achaman and other things and all. So one day before going, he got up at 2 o'clock and he felt something that something is going to happen today for the benefit of the devotees. And he was aware that Lord is going to appear very soon to please his devotees, to give darshan to his devotees. So, but he did not reveal to this any of his disciples, keeping this in his mind. And he was walking alone towards Malpe beach early morning, may 3:30 or 4 o'clock. So when he reached the beach, at the time he saw there was one ship was stuck in the middle of the sea. And Madhvacharya, being kind in nature, merciful by nature, he took his chadar and tied to his danda, sannyas danda, started waving like this, climbed on a rock and started waving. So, and while he was waving, that shipman captain saw there is some sannyasi waving, and he got some direction. And Madhva, because he's a Vayu Putra, and started breathing in. When he started breathing in, and he pulled actually that ship towards him, and the ship safely reached the shore, and the captain came and offered obeisance to Madhvacharya, and oh saintly person, sannyasi, you saved us, you saved all of us, and saved our materials also. Kindly tell us what can I do for you. We want to do some seva to you. That time, Madhvacharya said, "Where are you from?" He said, "We are from Dwaraka." Then Madhvacharya asked, "Have you got Gopi Chandan?" "Yes, yes, we have brought 2 chunk. So kindly come." So Madhvacharya went along with some 50 people of the boat shipman. So the shipman said, Madhvacharya saw the Gopi Chandan and he saw the particular 2 rocks. Then he told, "This I want." Then the captain said, the 50 people shift that one. So all the 50 people started trying to lift. They were not able to move an inch. They tried their best. They could not move because too heavy. Then Madhvacharya went and easily lifted that chunk, just like Hanuman take that Gandhamadana mountain without any difficulty. Similarly, he lifted this. All the crew members of the ship were completely stuck with wonder. How is it possible for him? Single person. 50 people tried their best to lift, but none of them could move even an inch. But this person simply took very easily. Then after that, Madhvacharya took this chunk and he was coming. While he was coming to Udupi, there was one village on the way. It's called Vadapandi. So there, one chunk fell down from his hand, and it broke, and it revealed there is a deity of Balram. Balrama was there within the chunk, and understanding that Balrama want to stay there, Madhvacharya established a temple for Balaram and performed Abhishekam and named Vadapandeshwara to Balaram. Then later he took the another chunk, he came to Udupi and put the chunk into the Madhva Sarovara. It's none other than Ganges. So then later it got dissolved, all the Gopichandan, and the original deity of Krishna was visible. Krishna was carrying one stick in hand, another hand like a rope. Childhood form of Krishna, Bala Gopala. So when people saw this, they were struck with wonder. So many people gathered to see this Krishna deity. Actually, there is a nice pastime. After Lord Krishna and Balarama disappeared, Arjuna brought these deities and placed in the Rukmini Vana in Dwaraka. How the deities came into existence. Once Devaki, she was very curious to see the childhood pastimes of Krishna, because she didn't have the opportunity to see the pastimes of Lord Krishna, childhood pastimes of Krishna, because she was in prison. Kamsa put both Vasudeva and Devaki in prison, and when Krishna was born, he was Vasudeva placed child Krishna in Nanda's palace. But Yashoda Mata enjoyed the childhood pastimes of Krishna, whereas Devaki, who was the real mother of Krishna, could not enjoy. And Devaki, she was feeling very distressed. I could not enjoy the pastimes of Lord, my son. So he requested Krishna, my dear Krishna, actually I am not so fortunate as Yashoda, Mother Yashoda, because she witnessed all your pastimes, but I could not witness because I was in the prison. So I would like to see, can you exhibit your childhood pastimes so that I can enjoy? So understanding the desire of Mother Devaki, Krishna, by his Yogamaya potency, Krishna made her to feel like she was churning butter. And Krishna assumed this transcendental form of a baby boy, and she was crawling and climbing on the lap of mother and stopping her from churning butter, and indicated that he was feeling hungry and take care of him. And Krishna exhibit all the childhood, thus would run away and break the butter pot, and take the butter and would eat. And he performed different kinds of pastimes and would irritate mother. This way, he exhibited all the childhood pastimes to Mother Yashoda, Mother Devaki. Then after that, all of a sudden, abandoned this childhood form. Mother Devaki was still in the ecstasy. Then later, Rukmini wanted to see the form of Krishna. And Rukmini asked, oh, my dear Krishna, I want to see your childhood form so that I can see the form always, and I want to keep the form with me. Then understanding the mood of the Rukmini, and Krishna summoned Vishwakarma. And Vishwakarma came and asked, my dear Lord, what can I do for you? Then Lord Krishna said, immediately go to Nepal, Gandaki river, and get 2 Shaligramshala and make 2 deities, carve 2 deities. One is Balram, one is mine, from this Shaligramshala. So then immediately Vishwakarma went to Nepal and brought from Gandaki river 2 big Shaligram Shila and started carving the deities. And he made 2 sets, one big set, one small set. And later the deity were given to Mother Yashoda to see everything is proper. Then she approved the deity, yes, this is way Krishna was there. Then later the deity was given, a big set of deities were given to Rukmini and small set of deities were given to Devaki. Later, Uddhava, when he went to Vrindavan, he took the 2 deities of, means Devaki were keeping, that Devaki was keeping. The deities he took at Vrindavan. Later, we don't know where the deities disappeared, small set of deities. This big set of deities, both in Krishna, Balarama, Rukmini was worshipping, simultaneously worshipping the Lord physically and worshipping the deity. So after the disappearance of Lord Krishna and Balarama, the deities were brought by Arjuna and placed in the Rukmini Vana. Then later, that by the will of Lord, it was buried underneath the earth. Then almost 740 years ago, that is 1285, 1285, at the time the shipman, they were finding out some big weight, counterweight. So they saw that rock kind of things, like boulders. So they took the two chunks and they brought and put in the ship. So they brought the chunk. So Madhvacharya received, and after Madhvacharya got the deity and started cleaning the deity nicely, and he was actually none of the people. He had some many followers, disciples. They want to lift the deity, a small deity, not some, just maybe 2 feet will be there. That's all, not big. And 30 people tried to lift the deity. They could not move an inch. Krishna made himself heavy so that nobody can lift. He wanted Madhvacharya to lift. So then Madhvacharya just took the deity and put on his lap, the shoulder, just like a mother or father take the child and put on the shoulder and take. Like that, he was carrying the deity, and he wanted to install the deity. And people all came to know that Madhva got the beautiful deity of Krishna, and many people wanted to contribute, and they started giving money to build a temple. So Madhvacharya built a small temple. He does not want to be a simple sannyasi. He does not want to put down that two temples, ancient temples called Ananteshwara temple and Chandramaleshwara temple. And he want to keep his temple small. He does not want to dominate of these two ancient temple. And purposefully he made the temple small so that many people would not come and create a noise, and the people would come stand in the queue with great honor reverence. So one by one they would come and have darshan of the Lord and go. This was the mood of Madhvacharya. So he established the temple and grand worship installation ceremony did, and inaugurated the deity worship. Very meticulously he would perform everything, and he would maintain the temple utmost cleanliness and punctuality. So you will not tolerate if any delay is there in any things. You will not tolerate, because deity worship should be maintained high standard. So that was the Madhvacharya standard. So you will not tolerate anything. The next. Then later he trained his disciples. First he worshipped the deities with all the upacharyas, and he established 16 sevas every day, from early morning till late night. 16 worship he would do. And later he trained his disciples how to worship the deity. And he also introduced the principle of Akshay Patra, established the principle of using Akshay Patra for feeding moss. People generally, when we built a temple, so many people would come to have darshan of the Lord. So Madhvacharya wanted to feed all the people, pilgrims who come to temple to have darshan of Lord. That was his intention. The Akshapatra vessel actually was given by sun god Vivaswan to Yudhishthira Maharaja when they were in exile. Because Pandavas, where any guest come, how they would feed, because they are in the forest where they'll get food, how they will be able to manage to feed many guests. So, considering the situation of Pandavas, Vivaswan gave this Akshapatra to Yudhishthira Maharaj, so that when Draupadi cooks, even though she will cook little quantity, she can feed n number of devotees. Unlimited number of people can be fed as long as she has not taken the meal, lost her meal. So that in that way, Pandavas were feeding so many guests. Similarly, Madhvacharya wanted to feed n number of people. Whoever comes to temple, they should be fed. And he instructed his followers, his disciples, that all the pilgrims who come to the temple should be fed. Even now, the principle is followed. Similarly, Go Puja, worshipping mother cow, that also Madhvacharya established that cow should be worshipped and taken care. Then later, then Kumaras, when they came to know that the deity was discovered and worship is being done, they came and asked Madhvacharya. So Madhvacharya allowed them to worship the deity. Then later Madhvacharya continued offering Bhogad, did Arati. Actually, it was the four Kumaras who set a tradition that only sannyasis should worship this Krishna. Only pure Naishtika Brahmacharis should worship this Krishna in the ODP Mutt. Similarly, Madhva followed the same standard. He also wanted only the sannyasis of the 8 Ashtamata. In Udupi, there are Ashtamata, the 8 matas are there. Only sannyasis from the mata can worship the deity of Krishna. No other person can worship the deity of Krishna in Udupi. Even now, that practice is there. That was the standard set by 4 Kumaras. So Madhvacharya followed the same standard. And this Ashtamata people, the sannyasis, they will have only one disciple. And when the children are born in the Udupi, 6 astrologers, 6 well qualified astrologers would look at the chart, birth chart of this child. So we'll see whether this person will remain Naistika Brahmachari, whether will have any connection with woman, or will entangle them family life. When they see the chart shows that he will be a full brahmachari, he will not have any association with any woman, and he will not have any family entanglement. He will be devoted to the Lord and will be pure. When the chart shows, birth chart shows all the indication, then the person will be allowed to undergo training under the guidance of a sannyasi. So when he undergoes a certain amount of training for a certain amount of period, then if he is qualified, then the sannyasi will initiate him. This person also can take sannyasa diksha when he is around 17-year-old. Then he will be assistant to the main sannyasi. The junior sannyasi will be assistant to the main sannyasi. And later this junior will become his successor. When the senior sannyasi leaves the body, then junior sannyasi will become his successor. So every sannyasi will have only one disciple. They will not have many disciples. The tradition even now they follow. One sannyasi, one disciple. The disciple will be assistant. So as long as he is alive, the main sannyasi, or the main sannyasi is not able to perform deity worship, suppose old age, not able to do deity worship, then he will become head of this institution and he will continue the worship. That's the system set by Madhvacharya that even now it's going on. Then later, Madhva set a standard that temple should be washed as many times as possible. The temple should be neat and clean, no compromise. And Pujari, a sannyasi who worship the deity, he should take bath 3 times and change the fresh cloth. Then only he can do worship. Otherwise, he should not. So this is a high standard because he was on a mission to preach the cult of bhakti. Therefore, he wanted to train his disciples to his standard, and he would not tolerate any impurity at all. He wanted to maintain the high standard of deity worship. And the finger nails, generally, these are called dead skins, or compared to like a stool, unwanted things. Actually, whenever we bathe deities, the finger nails should not touch the water. If it touches the water, it becomes impure. So without touching the fingernails, one should bathe the deities. One should use the water for serving the Lord, doing upachara to the Lord without touching our fingers, particularly this portion. This is a dead skin. It's impure. So if anybody touches the water with his finger nails, then Madhvacharya would tell you should stop and you should fast throughout the day to purify yourself. So that was the standard. You would not allow touching fingernails in the water. One has to fast for a full day, not to purify himself. That was the standard of Madhvacharya. Then later, he wanted to visit. Madhvacharya wanted to, because his main purpose is to preach the gospel of Lord Krishna. Therefore, he wanted to go out and preach. He wanted to go to Badri. And before that, he wanted to train his disciples. He always insisted that all of them should learn how to sing for the pleasure of the Lord. All of them should learn how to dance for the pleasure of the Lord, and insisted that disciples to learn how to offer prayers for the pleasure of the Lord. These are things Madhvacharya insisted his followers to learn so that they can please the Lord by the service. So after he gave in charge to some of his close disciples who are able to maintain the high standard of worshipping the deity, Madhvacharya set to north along with a few of his disciples. So while they were traveling towards north to go to Badrikashrama, he wanted to meet Vyasadeva and also preach on the way. So when they were crossing Maharashtra, there was a kingdom ruled by a person called Ishvara Deva. He was known as reputed for being the dynasty of Yadu. So he was a descendant of Yadu, like a Vajranabha, that parampara is coming. And this person was little miser, and he was known for getting work from others, making others to engage in the charitable work for his own benefit. So it so happened when Madhu and his followers were passing through the kingdom, so his people stopped all the people and told that you should engage in, they were creating lake, making the lake, and all of you should participate in this work. After completing the work, you can proceed further. So Madhvacharya was very intelligent, and he approached the king. "O king, we are all sadhus. We are all sadhus. We are not that much expert in doing all this work. If you kindly show us how to do it, by seeing you, that we'll be able to do this work." So Madhvacharya was very known, reputed, and that king also came to the place and started teaching everyone this is how it should be dug. So he was teaching personally all the 50 people. Meanwhile, he completed entire work. Who? That king himself. Actually, this work was allotted to this 50 Madhva's followers. But Madhvacharya, his influence, the king himself completed all the work. Then Madhvacharya's followers did not do. They continued to walk. They continued to proceed towards north. So they reached almost the bank of Ganges. At the time, Ganges was very wide because of heavy rain, and they want to cross over the Ganges. And there were some boatmen, and went and requested, "Can you take us across the river?" Actually, that area was ruled by the Muslim, Mohammedan. Generally, during those times, 700 days ago, South India was ruled by Hindu kings, and North India was ruled by Mohammedans. So at the time, the Mohammedan ruler Putin gave an order: only if he's a Mohammedan, he can be taken onto the boat and he can cross the river. Hindus are not allowed. If they want to cross, then they should become Muslim. They should become Mohammedan. So this was order put by the Mohammedan king, and therefore the boatman said, "No, I cannot take. Sorry." So somehow Madhvacharya tried to convince him, "No. Finally, king will kill me if I take you across the Ganges river." So then what to do? So then Madhvacharya wanted to cross the river. Then he made all the devotees stand, made a chain formation, and he gave this cloth to hold, and he made all the devotees so light, weight of the body so light, and they were able to walk along with Madhvacharya, walk on the river, over the water. So this soldiers and the king's people when they saw these people are walking, crossing the river, they started shouting, screaming, "How dare you can cross!" So somehow this news reached the king that somehow the Hindu monks, Vaishnavas were crossing the river, and he came to the shore and saw that they were walking. They were shocked to see that. He fainted actually. How these people are able to walk on the water. And again he got up, again he fainted. And this other side of the river, the people wanted to kill this Madhvacharya and the followers. They were taking the spear and shouting, "Who are the people crossing this river? Let us kill." So everyone started holding the spear and they were about to hurl at Madhvacharya and his followers. Then Madhvacharya said, "No, I have not done any harm to you. I have not done anything to you. Why you people are attacking us? Just we are going to meet your king. That's all. For this, why you are going to kill us?" So then the soldiers remained silent. They let Madhvacharya to go cross the river. So Madhvacharya once reached, and this Mohammedan king said, "Oh, how dare you can come? How could you pass through my kingdom? So you don't, are you not aware of the danger that you have taken? Are you not aware of the risk that you have taken by crossing the river? Because he knew anyone cross the river without his permission, he'll be killed. So I am the king of this area. How dare you can come to my area?" So at the time, Madhvacharya said, "Sir, I am on the mission of spreading the glories of the Lord. If anyone wants to hear, I am ready to speak. You are saying that this land belonged to you. Actually, who ruled this land before you? Someone else. Before him, someone else. Before him, someone else. After you, someone else. Actually, when you were born, you brought nothing. The land remained here. You did not bring the land. After you die, the land, that area remains here only. Why are you falsely thinking that this belongs to you? Actually, nothing belongs to anyone. Everything belongs to Lord Krishna. When one understands this principle and dedicate his life for his pleasure, he'll be recognized by Lord Krishna." So when Madhvacharya put forward this principle of Krishna consciousness principle, then he was very much moved. He understood the philosophy. Who? The Mohammedan king understood that he's not ordinary person, he's a great person. Then he felt sorry for putting him in trouble and asked apology. "My dear sir, please kindly forgive us. Now I will take you safely to cross my kingdom. I'll take care of you while you are in my kingdom. You don't worry about anything in my kingdom." So he told his men, "Take them safely and leave." So in this way, Madhvacharya crossed all these things. They were crossing another place. At the time, he saw one dacoits. A group of dacoits were passing. They're coming opposite direction. So generally, the dacoits, what they would do, they would attack the passerby and loot the jewelry, whatever it is there. And Madhvacharya knew these people are going to attack us. So what he did, he took some stones and put it on cloth and tied it and make like a ball kind of things. And when they were about to attack, and he threw this like a bundle of stones to the person, and he thought, "Oh, this person has thrown off all his jewelry, so let me enjoy." So all other people, he was very happy, very excited that he got so much heavy gold. So all the people started fighting. "No, it's meant for me. Let us share, all of us. No, he has given to me." So all people started fighting, and Madhvacharya and all his followers started passing without caring for these people. In this way, they passed, and while they were passing, they were reaching towards north. At the time, he had one of his disciples, Madhvacharya's disciple called Satya Tirtha. So at the time, all of a sudden, there's one tiger, one demon in the form of a tiger attacked Satya Tirtha. Just caught hold of the neck. He was under the touches of the claws of the tiger. And when he was helpless, he remembered the Lord. He forgot, that's all, he's finished. But he simply was chanting the holy name of Lord. He was not aware what happened. He knew that he was in danger, but he was constantly absorbed in chanting the holy name of the Lord. So when Madhva saw this tiger is about to devour his dearest disciple Satyatirtha, then immediately gave one big blow with his fist. Strong, it was very strong. That tiger was killed and Satyatirtha was saved. And Satyatirtha was in state of shock. He was not aware whether he was alive or dead. After some time, he came to external consciousness and he understood that my Guru Maharaj saved me. So he prayed, my dear master, I don't want to be separated from you. Kindly fulfill my desire. So he prayed. Then finally, they both Madhvacharya and all the followers they crossed and they reached Badrikashrama. Then Madhvacharya told all of you be here. I will go to Uttara Badri where my guru is there, Vyasadeva. Then he started jumping from one mountain to another mountain. It was too cold. Then finally he reached Uttara Badri and he was very happy to see Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva was sitting along with his disciples underneath a tree, went and offered obeisance to Vyasadeva and started glorifying, offering prayers. And he was pleased to see his guru. And both of them spent a good amount of time. At that time, Vyasadeva told Madhvacharya, you must explain the essential meaning of Mahabharata for the welfare of the society. So this was instruction given by Vyasadeva to Madhvacharya. Then after that, Madhvacharya actually forgot about Bharata Varsha. He was absorbed in the service of Vyasadeva. He forgot about he has to go to Udupi, he has to do other work. He completely forgot. Then Vyasadeva reminded, your mission is to spread the Krishna consciousness. You must leave immediately. After taking the order from his guru, then Vyasadeva came to Badrikashrama and from there along with his disciples, he came to Astinapura. So Astinapura, when he came to Astinapura and he showed the essential incidents happened in the Astinapura, what are the pastimes and other things happened to Astinapura to his disciples. Then later, the news reached all the people of Astinapura. Everyone started gathering and hearing Madhvacharya speaking on Krishna Katha, Ramayana, Mahabharata. So Madhvacharya, at the time Chaturmasya arrived and they stayed 4 months in the Astinapura. So during the 4 month, he would speak on Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So people were enthralled to hear the glories of Lord Krishna. So once he sat on the Ganges, bank of Ganges, and started glorifying Lord Krishna and Pandavas, how Krishna was supporting Pandavas, how Pandavas are unallied youths of Krishna and ready to do anything for Krishna. So at the time, Mother Ganges appeared in front of Madhvacharya with folded hands and offered her due respect to Madhvacharya, who was a powerful servant of Lord Krishna, who appeared to preach the message of Lord Krishna. So actually, only some people could see Ganga Devi. Others and all, nobody could see because only Madhvacharya could see and other few people could see. Then later, after that, Madhvacharya wanted to go to Varanasi. So they followed the path of Ganges along with his disciples. Madhvacharya reached the Varanasi. So while they were going, all his disciples were they were proud of their strength because all of the Madhvacharya and all his disciples were very powerful, like bulls, very strong. None of them were fat, but very strong, well-built body, and they were very much proud about their strength and wrestling. So, understanding their pride, Madhvacharya said, okay, so all of you attack me. I am alone. Let us challenge. So don't worry, don't think that I am your master. You should exhibit your full strength. You should exhibit your full strength. You should fight with me. I am ready. Let's see. So he was very strong and he knocked all the 15 people, 15, 20 people, one stroke. So come on, get up and let us fight. So he was also very powerful in wrestling and so all of them said, oh, my dear master, please don't beat us. So we are nothing, nowhere, no match for you. Even your little finger can exhibit the heaviness more than Sumeru mountain. So we cannot match you. Please Your one kick is enough for us. We are almost dead. So please forgive us for our false pride, thinking that we are very strong. So in this way, Madhvacharya taught his disciples, be humble. Don't think that you are very powerful, you can do anything. He cut their pride, smashed their pride. So when he reached Varanasi, there he encountered one Mayavadi philosopher, particularly the area, particularly Varanasi is known for Mayavada philosophers. And one person came and challenged Madhvacharya. You are saying that knowledge, pure knowledge, leads that activity in pure knowledge leads liberation. You are claiming activity, action in knowledge leads liberation. How do you justify? How do you say this? How action can liberate one? Actually, one should not perform any activities. If we perform any activity, we'll get reaction. If we perform any activity, we'll get reaction. As a result, we have to take birth. If we do not perform any action, we will not get any reaction. And we will not take birth, we'll get liberated. This is the philosophy of Mayavadis. Don't perform any activity. Inaction leads liberation. Sannyasa, one has to take sannyasa. Renunciation, one has to take the order of renounce order. One has to take the renounce order in order to attain liberation. This is the main principle of Mayavadi philosophers. So, however, Madhva refuted by saying, how can you say that your inaction leads liberation? It's wrong. One should know the action by which one can attain perfection. If you do not perform any activity, you cannot get liberation. Simply remaining without doing any work, you cannot attain liberation. One should have knowledge of action. Then he explained from Bhagavad Gita. Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita, Na karmanam anarambam naishkarmyam purushosnude nacha sannyasana deva siddhim samadhi gacchadi. My dear Arjuna, simply by abstaining from the work, one cannot attain perfection. One cannot achieve freedom from reaction. If you do not work, don't think you will achieve freedom from reaction. Neither by sannyasa alone one can attain perfection. So, by not working, one cannot achieve freedom from the reaction. By taking sannyasa alone, one cannot attain perfection. So then Madhvacharya started explaining in the 4th chapter what Krishna says. Kim karma kim akarmeti kavayo apyatra mohita tadde karma pravakshami yajnatva moksheshe shubhat. Even kavi, intelligent people, learned people are bewildered. Mohita. Kim karma kim akarmeti kavayo apyatra mohita. Even the kavi, the great learned people or intelligent people are bewildered in knowing what is action, what is inaction. Kim karma, kim akarmeti. Now I will tell you what is action. By knowing which you'll get liberation. You'll be free from all misfortune. Then Krishna explains, Karmapi bodhavyam bodhamcha vikramana. Akarmacha bodhavyam ghana karma gati. The intricacies in action is very difficult to understand. Therefore, one should know what is action, what is inaction, what is forbidden action. One should know what is action, inaction, and forbidden action. Then Krishna next explains, Karmani akarmaya pashyat akarmacha karmaya sa buddhiman manusheshu sayukta Krishna karma krut. One who sees inaction in action and action in action is intelligent among men. So he does not get entangled even if perform an activity. So what does it mean, one who sees inaction in action? Inaction is one word, then in is one word, action. Inaction in action means one who does not incur any reaction when he performs an activity. This is called inaction in action. Inaction in action. One who does not get any reaction when we perform an action. What is that? When we perform devotional service, like a cooking, is an action. If we cook for the Lord, we do not get any reaction. Eating is an action. When we eat prasadam, it does not produce any reaction. Whereas one cooks for himself, that's an activity. When he cooks for himself, that's an activity. It produces a reaction. When you eat for oneself like a boga, it produces reaction. So one who sees inaction in action and action in inaction. Action means reaction in not working. What is that? Just like sannyasis, Mayavadi sannyasis, they do not work. They do not work. They do not perform any activity. So they will get reaction. What's the reaction? When they walk, they'll kill an ant. So walking also one action. Maybe not like a physically working, but walking, taking a bath. That's an action. So while taking bath, will kill the germs. It gives reaction. So one should know what is action, inaction, and forbidden action. Forbidden action means like a sinful activity. Action means the activities performed according to the direction of Shastra. It's called karma. Akarma means that activity that does not produce any reaction. It's called akarma. One more meaning of akarma is not performing one's duty. Then vikarma means activities performed according against the direction of scripture, or it's called sinful activity. Vikarma means sinful activity or forbidden action. Action performed against the direction of the Shastras. So Madhvacharya started saying, so when you perform an activity, one must know what is action, what is inaction, what is forbidden action. When one does not have this knowledge, then one certainly will commit sinful activities. He will remain in this material world. Don't think that because you are not working, you are not performing any activity, you'll become free from bondage. You will remain in this material world. You will remain in this material world. So Madhvacharya smashed all the argument put forward by this Mayavadi. And this Mayavadi was thinking that he and super soul is one and same. Later he understood that I am different from the super soul. Super soul is big, I am small, I am Anu, is a Vibhu, is a big. So he understood. So he admitted his mistake, admitted his defeat. Then later Madhvacharya went to Rishikesh, where one of the followers of Shankaracharya, Shankarite, it's called Shankarite. Followers of Shankaracharya is called Shankarite. So he invited Madhvacharya to his house along with his followers, and he want to feed. You must eat in my house, because he knew very well this person is not an ordinary person. He's an exalted person. So he offered a wonderful feast, and he understood that only pure devotees can save us. So he received a pure devotee to his house and fed him sumptuously. And he understood by serving a pure devotee, he can purify himself and he can purify his entire family. Because he had a dream previous day that Madhvacharya is a powerful servant of Lord Krishna, is a pure devotee. Then later he gave up his impersonal philosophy, Shankara philosophy, and accepted Madhva philosophy and become disciple of followers of Madhva. Then later after that, Madhvacharya went to Kurukshetra. He went to Kurukshetra along with his disciples, and he told his principal disciples about the places where Bhima fought with the great generals like Karna, Duryodhana, Dusasana, and he explained this specific places where and all Bhima fought in Kurukshetra, in the great war between the Pandavas and Kauravas. And Satyatirtha asked his Guru Madhvacharya, my dear master, do you know where the club of Bhimasena is there? So at the time Madhvacharya pointed out some place, you dig this place. So they started digging the place, almost 6-7 feet they started digging, and they saw the heavy club, and all of them tried to lift the club and they were not able to even move. Then Madhvacharya simply went and lifted easily, and then all of them saw the club of Bhimasena. Then later Madhvacharya said and told, okay, keep it back and close it. So then all of them kept the club of Bhimasena and covered it. Then later Madhvacharya showed the place where actually Bhima fought with Duryodhana, the last day of Mahabharata war, that's 18th day, where he is hit at the thigh of Duryodhana and broke the thigh of Duryodhana. That place Madhvacharya showed to followers. Followers or his disciples were stuck with wonder to hear from Madhvacharya about all the pastimes happened in all the activities or pastimes happened Hastinapura and Kurukshetra. So in this way, they passed their life while traveling. So we'll continue. We are running out of time. So we'll continue in the next session and complete this life history of Madhvacharya. Thank you. Hare Krishna.